Hi everyone, it's Sunday, one of my favourite days of the week. Well, it is my favourite day of the week. It's been snowing outside, which is awesome. I've been on my walk, nice and refreshed. Time to get back to get the roast on. Let's get into it. Happy Sunday. As we've done quite a few videos now, we seem to be getting in the roll of things. Make sure you like, subscribe and comment for any other videos you want me doing in the near future. Okay, so we've been busy behind the scenes creating another pack. Probably my favourite pack this is going to be. It's a really premium end roast dinner pack. Everything you need for a Sunday, apart from the wine, which we haven't got a licence for yet. What is in our premium Sunday roast pack? We're going backwards. We have a curry-made custard and a birchery pudding. We have the chocolate one. I think I'm going to do it as a random selection in the actual pack when you buy it. Amazing company. They're from Warwickshire. The best puddings around. Our very own beef dripping. Some nice tomatoes. Some nice roast potatoes. Some Lyons gravy. Some hot horseradish from Home Farm. 4 red onions. 3 parsnips because they're rather big. And we've got 4 carrots here as well. Oh, 5 carrots. For the centerpiece, we have a sirloin joint. The best you can get. All enough for 4 people plus, probably 5 to 6, but I like to save a plate for the next few days. We have gone big. Here we go. So for the first step of your Sunday roast dinner, we need to get the beef out of the fridge 3 hours before you've gone on your walk. Remember to get your beef out of the fridge beforehand. It gets it to room temperature. It means you'll get an even cook. Okay, so for our sirloin of beef, we need to preheat the oven. I'm going to preheat it to 200 degrees. So we're going to whack it in there and whack it back out. That's on. Right, next, beef. Oh, bit of a fail. There we are. I've seasoned my beef. Salt and pepper. I'm going to kind of rub it round so it gets nice and even. I'm not going to oil it. Again, you'll see a lot of recipes saying oil it. Why oil it? Cook it correctly. You don't need to have moisture. This is going to come out even better. So, once you've got a nice even rub of the salt and the pepper, we're going to slide that in your preheated oven at 200 degrees for 10 minutes. So the beef's in at 200 degrees for 10 minutes, then we'll be adding our onions so they don't burn. Okay, so as these onions are going to be cooking for a long time, I'm going to leave them whole. So just top and tail and peel the first layer off. So the beef's been in for 15 minutes on 200 degrees. It's basically to seal the outside so we're locking in the moisture. We're going to add 4 onions around the side. The beef will be sliding back in the oven at 130 degrees for roughly 2 hours. Happy Sunday. Beef's in, water's on. Second most important part of the dish, roast potatoes. Now we're going to peel them. Got my trusty speed peeler. Right, so in the comments, we're going to have a little competition. How quick can you peel a spud? I reckon I can do it in 10 seconds. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Done. Before I forget, did you hear about the potato that had its head cut off? It got decapitated. So, we've got a few different sizes. We want all of them to be the same size. That's potatoes done. I'm going to steam them instead of boiling them. Okay, so the next stage of the dish, we're going to be doing honey roasted carrots and parsnips. And we're just going to peel these. So. Okay, so our potatoes are on the stove. They'll be on for about 20 minutes. We've peeled our carrots and parsnips. We're going to be keeping the carrots and the parsnips as big as possible while we're steaming them. And after we've steamed them, we're going to be taking them out, letting them cool down, cutting them into finer pieces, and then roasting them as our honey roast carrots and parsnips. This is because the bigger the carrot and the parsnip is, when you steam it, it holds a lot more flavour. We're going to be putting these under the potatoes. Okay, so as that doesn't sit properly, we're I'm going to be switching these around. They sit a lot better. We're going to be getting our beef fat now for our roast potatoes. We're going to get that in the oven while the beef's cooking, just to melt down. I'm going to put a bit more in. Okay, just to recap, our beef is in, our pan for the roast potatoes is in with the beef dripping, and our vegetables are steaming. Okay, so after half an hour, your roast potatoes will have steamed. Take them out and pour them into our colander. We're going to leave them in there for about 2-3 minutes to dry off. We're going to put the carrots and the parsnips back on, as they still needed a bit more. Again, I just touch them with the knife, and if the knife goes through, they're cooked. If it doesn't, then not. Okay, so after your spuds have dried out for 5 minutes, we're going to be sliding them into our pan of beef fat, and now we're going to be adding the seasoning. So usually if you were doing the potatoes in a pan of boiling water, you would season the water. Because we've steamed them, we obviously couldn't do that. So we're going to be adding lots of salt, and salt only. I don't like pepper on our potatoes. A little juggle. And then for the first lot of roasting for 20 minutes, we're going to be sliding it in and we'll be pulling it back out to coat the rest of the roast potatoes and the beef dripping. Okay, so our carrots and parsnips are out the steamer. They're cooling while we're going to be making the glaze. 4, maybe 5 tablespoons of oil. We're going to go with, obviously honey. We are going to be making honey glaze, so we need lots of honey. I'm probably going to use the rest of this jar. Finish that off. Now we're going to put the salt and pepper in. Okay, so the carrots and the parsnips are semi-cool now. We're going to go into just rough batons really, and just slide them straight into our dressing. Okay, so I've batoned my parsnips and carrots. They're in the dressing. Dressing or glaze?
Glaze.
We're just going to coat them all evenly. Once we've got an even coat of all the vegetables, we're going to be adding it to our pan. And we're just going to leave them aside as we still have our roast potatoes and beef cooking, which will take another 45 minutes. Right, so just had a little check of the beef, and I think it's ready. 25 minutes before my prediction, but I worked to the temperature probe. As we've taken that out, I'm going to quickly whack the carrots and the parsnips in, because we're about 25 minutes off eating, because I'll let this rest for 25 minutes. So I'm just going to probe the centre. It's going to come to roughly 57 degrees. Slightly over, but that'll be perfect. We don't want to waste the juices of the beef, so we're going to put all that lovely flavour into our gravy as well. Okay, so the roasties have been in at 130 with the beef. So I am going to turn them over now. I'm going to whack the heat right back up to 180 degrees. We just want to coat them in that nice beef fat so all of them are evenly coated. Meanwhile, I'm not very good at making Yorkshire puddings, so my dad's going to slide into the video and create his famous Yorkshire pudding.
Right, thanks Nicholas, that's great. Well, what Sunday's all about is having good food and good company. So a nice Sunday roast and getting the family together, what's better? I've always been in charge of the Yorkshire puddings. You want to keep it as simple as possible. First of all, we've got to get the fat into the Yorkshire pudding tray. I'm just using a bit of simple oil. You can use vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever you like. Right, I'm going to put this oil in the tray in the oven to get it really nice and piping hot before we can put the mixture in. So I'm going to put this in now. Now the mixture, simple, nice and easy. All we got is 170 grams plain flour, 4 eggs and 170 ml of semi-skimmed milk. The secret is just put the flour in the bowl, and then we're going to mix the eggs. We're going to mix them into the flour. Ready. Right, we've got to get this into like a smooth paste. So give it a good whisk. Top tip now, you can always do this early. This could be done in the morning, put it in the fridge, let it rest. If anything, it can be better from standing for a bit longer. So there's no problem in doing this early, getting it ready. But obviously we're doing it now for the time scale rules. So I'll quickly put the eggs roughly in with the flour. We're just going to mix the milk in now and give it a good mix. Right, the mix is ready now. Just going to get this nearly ready to go in the pan now. So quick bit of seasoning to go in. While we're seasoning, what's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? You can roast beef. Right, as we know, these have been in for about 10 minutes now on a preheated oven. They're really hot, piping hot. That's what we want now. We're going to get this Yorkshire pudding mix on the go now. So just fill each little container about half full. And these are going to take about 20 minutes on about 180 to 190. You'll know when they're done because these little babies are going to rise and they're going to look lovely. Right, that's me done now. That's my duties done. So it's over to you, Nick.
Thank you,
and
Father.
You serve a lovely roast dinner.
So, the Yorkshires have been very successful. Thank you very much, Father. We have the perfect Yorkshires. Right, we've got a red onion each. Okay, so as you can see, I think I've nailed the beef again. Well, to my liking anyway. Perfectly medium rare. We're going to be putting 3 slices on a plate. And I don't have a big enough serving spoon, so I am burning my hand for the sake of this video. So make sure you subscribe. So on a Sunday, after a long day of cooking, I don't want to be making a pudding. I have the perfect solution, Birchry Pudding. They are the best company for puddings in England, UK, the world, I think. Personally, we're going to be opening our rich chocolate pudding. Again, trying to open our rich chocolate pudding. And put it in a water bath. That'll be in the oven for about 20 minutes. Cheers!
Cheers.
To another successful roast dinner.